Once you learn what your dough ball should look like after about 10 minutes of kneading, you can stop guessing and start getting consistent results. I'm going to show you what it should look like and how to fix it if it doesn't. Bread failures start within the first few minutes of mixing your dough. If the dough ball doesn't look right and is not the right consistency, then inevitably the bread in the end is not going to be what it could have been. If you can read your dough ball, you can fix almost any problem before it gets to the rising and baking. And this will ensure that you're going to have a beautiful outcome in your loaf of bread. Why does the dough ball matter so much? Because recipes are not the same across the board. Flour is not the same across the board. Everyone measures flour differently. The humidity is different depending on where you live. The environment in your home is different. The temperature that is in your home, the humidity that is in your home, and people have different bread machines. You don't have to have one certain bread machine brand to have a successful loaf of bread. The dough, not the recipe, tells the truth about how your bread is going to turn out in the end. You see, the bread machine doesn't make adjustments. It's pre-programmed, and it's a wonderful tool because it keeps us from having to do a lot of extra work. But the bread machine doesn't make adjustments. You do. That's why it's important to open that lid and look inside when the kneading begins and discover if your dough ball is perfect or if it needs adjustments. A dough ball should clean the sides of the pan. It should look fairly smooth. It should be soft but not sticky. It might be slightly tacky but not sticking to your fingers as you touch it and pull away. And the dough ball should move when the paddle moves because it formed a cohesive ball of dough. Making bread in the bread machine can be a bit more challenging than someone thinks, because when someone is making bread by hand and they are kneading that dough by hand, they learn what good dough should feel like. They know, their hands know what that dough should feel like. When you're making it in the bread machine, you don't know that. And you may never get to know that if you don't take the time to look inside and read your dough ball. A dough ball that is too wet is going to look a lot like this during the kneading cycle. It's going to smear on the bottom and on the sides, and it's not really going to form a ball. And when you pause it, it's going to fall. It's not going to hold its shape, and it's so tacky. See when I touch it how it sticks to my fingers? This dough ball is too wet. And if we were to continue with this and let it bake, our loaf would likely be dense and even collapse during the baking cycle. And how do we fix this? It's very simple. The easiest way to fix this is by adding flour. Add about 1 tablespoon of flour at a time and let it continue to knead for about 2 or 3 minutes to see if you need to add more. Don't add too much flour at a time, because if you add too much, then you're going to end up with a dry dough ball, which requires a different kind of fix. But as you can see, it has kneaded in that 1 tablespoon of flour, and it's still quite sticky. It's still smearing around the bottom. So I'm going to add another tablespoon. And we let that mix in. And we do this patiently and slowly until our dough ball forms that perfect dough ball that is not sticky to touch, but only slightly tacky, and forms a nice dough ball that is consistent with the perfect dough ball. A dough ball that is too wet is probably the #1 problem with making bread in the bread machine. The second most common problem is a dough ball that is too dry. A dough ball that is too dry is stiff, it's crumbly, its texture is rough. There'll be dry bits of flour in the pan. It's not really forming a ball, but rather shagging all over the pan in dry crumbles. A dough ball that is too dry is going to lead to a loaf of bread that is very dry and dense and probably doesn't rise correctly. But it's easy to fix as well. So let's take a look at a dry dough ball and see how to fix it. So in order to fix our dry dough ball, we are going to add water 1 tablespoon at a time. Give it a couple of minutes to knead and see if we need to add more water. You want to make sure you add your water gradually and slowly so that you don't end up with a dough ball that is too wet and then have to add more flour. And this dough ball is coming together nicely. And I don't think it needs any more liquid. It just needs more kneading time. See how just a couple of tablespoons of water fixed that problem that could have ended in a failed loaf. The first 10 minutes of kneading time when you're making a loaf of bread is the optimal time to make corrections to your dough ball. This is when you want to open the lid, take a quick look inside, and make a quick decision. Is that dough ball perfect? Is that dough ball too wet? Touch it if you need to see if it's too tacky. Is that dough ball too dry? And then decide how you're going to fix it. To fix a wet dough ball, we're going to add flour 1 tablespoon at a time, gradually. To fix a wet dough ball, we're going to add water 1 tablespoon at a time, gradually. And then we're going to let it knead until it forms that perfect dough ball. Always make small adjustments, not large adjustments. This will help you get to the perfect dough ball state quicker without over adjusting and having to reverse and go back and add the opposite. Understanding dough equals consistent results. So be sure and learn to read your dough ball. Read, adjust, and confirm. And if you're interested, I have a powerful troubleshooting guide that you can access in the comment pin below at a link at Gumroad. Once upon a time, there were 3 dough balls. One was too dry, crumbly, stiff, and just wouldn't come together. One was too wet, sticky, loose, and impossible to shape. But one was just right, soft, smooth, slightly tacky to the touch, and ready to become a beautiful loaf of bread. When you recognize the differences, you'll stop guessing and you'll start baking with confidence.